I remember these moments because they brought me pleasure. They brought me joy. It made me feel good to laugh at the Falcons. Ain't nothing make me feel better than laughing at the Falcons. It's up there with the Cowboys. Laughing at the Falcons' misery is really, it's up there with the Cowboys. So it's like,
I don't care if niggas is shooting, it's all about the clapback. Get your boss whack, premieres funeral on Snapchat. You now tuned into the bad guy, mad fly.
all right, look, I won't talk about it. Yeah. All right, look. We'll talk about a couple things, man. We'll talk about a couple things. We'll talk about the Falcons. Talk about Caleb Williams. And I'm just sitting back like, you know what? We're a week away from the season. All right, the season pops off next Thursday. And it's time to put up a shut up. You know, a lot of the off-season storylines are going to get resolved. And one of the things that are going to get resolved is these dirty ass, dumb ass Falcons. Now, here's the thing. So somebody in my comment section wanted me to talk about the Falcons. Okay? Shout out to that person. Because I said, you know what? You want me to do a Falcon video? Big Fisk would do a Falcon video. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like at the end of the day, I've made a living talking shit about the Falcons. Making fun of the Falcons is my pleasure. Like, I love making fun of the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with the Falcons is, when I used to make fun of the Falcons, it was more No Jack. Here we go. Shout out to No Jack TV 499. He's the one who wanted me to talk about the Falcons. So listen, No Jack, listen up closely, okay? Your Falcons ain't shit. Y'all ain't never been shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. You was up 28-3 in the Super Bowl and you blew that bitch, okay? Y'all have been cursed ever since, okay? Matt Ryan was an habitual choker. 16-point lead in the playoffs against Kaepernick, he choked it. 25-point lead versus Brady in the playoffs, he choked it. That's what he do. 17-point leads to Jay Cutler when he was in Miami, he choked it. Matt Ryan was an habitual choker. When the Cleveland Browns was garbage, he blew a 21-point lead to them. I remember these moments because they brought me pleasure. They brought me joy. It made me feel good to laugh at the Falcons. Ain't nothing make me feel better than laughing at the Falcons. It's up there with the Cowboys. Laughing at the Falcons' misery is really, it's up there with the Cowboys. So it's like, I remember these moments of Matt Ryan just choking and choking and choking and hot tooing all over the Falcon fans' hopes and dreams. I remember these moments. So now we move on. And you know what? Time out. Desmond Ridder. This guy couldn't even beat a random. He just got cut again. Y'all tried to lie and tell me that Desmond Ridder and that bum Arthur Smith was going to win the division last year. This is what Falcon fans tried to tell me going into last season. Y'all thought that Desmond Ridder was going to win the division last year. So instead of going after Lamar Jackson, instead of going after Deshaun Watson a couple years ago, instead of doing these things, y'all put your hopes and beliefs in Desmond Ridder. How'd that work out? Okay? Now let's get to the Penix situation. So now you bring in Kirk Cousins, who ain't nothing but Matt Ryan without an MVP. Let's call that what all Kirk Cousins is Matt Ryan without an MVP. Let's just call that what it is, okay? So now you bring in Matt Ryan Light. Okay, this is the Diet Coke version of Matt Ryan, which in what Kirk Cousins is. Okay, so you bring that in. And then, instead of addressing your defense, you draft Michael Penix, who's already like 25 years old. You want him to sit for the next 4 seasons while you play out Kirk Cousins. And you're hoping you fall into a Jordan Love situation that he's good after sitting on the bench rotting for years and years and years. Which is dumb because at the end of the day, when you pay a quarterback $30, $40 million, you're supposed to be trying to win now. This is the same franchise that instead of drafting a quarterback, instead of drafting a defensive player, they draft Kyle Pitts. Then they draft Drake London. Then they draft Bijan Robinson. Do you know the defensive side of the ball exists? Do Falcon fans understand this shit? There's a reason why the Saints whooped your ass at the end of the year. There's a reason why the Buccaneers whooped that ass at the end of the year. There's a reason why you missed the playoffs. So I said all that to say this. Matthew Judon not going to save you. You are the Falcons. The same reason why I don't take Detroit serious, the same reason why I don't take the Cowboys serious, the same reason why I don't take any team with Joel Embiid on it in the NBA serious is because you are you. You're you. You are what you habitually do, which is choke. You are the Falcons. You didn't win with Julio Jones, Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez, Michael Turney. You didn't win. 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. You didn't win. This is the same team that told me Bill Belichick wasn't at the top of their coaching candidate list. This is the same team that told me Bill Belichick wasn't in their top 3 coaching candidates. I don't think the Falcons understand the kind of karma that they have coming to them. You blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. You lied and said Belichick wasn't worthy. You passed on Lamar and Deshaun Watson. And you tried to tell me that it's okay to draft Michael Penix after giving Kirk Cousins $30-40 million. At some point, you have to pay for the sins of your stupidity. Okay, Falcon fans? It looks sweet. The NFC South, it looks easy, right? The Falcons should have no problems with the bum-ass Saints, the bum-ass Panthers, and the mid-ass Buccaneers. Well, I got news for you. Remember this video, download it, save it, screen share, whatever. Something will go wrong with the Falcons. The NFL deities, the gatekeepers, the people who disparage karma will not let you succeed. There has to be a punishment. There has to be some kind of time served for the sins that the Falcons have committed the past 4 or 5 years. Greatest head coach of all time, not good enough for the Falcons. 2-time MVP quarterback, not good enough for the Falcons. Just signing Kirk Cousins alone, not good enough for the Falcons. You got to blow the first round pick and get Michael Penix. At some point, you have to pay for your sins. Falcons will win like 7-8 games. The Bucs are probably going to win the division, and that's that. Hate to break it to you, Falcon fans, but that's your reality. And then we got the boy Caleb Williams, right? So my thing with Caleb Williams is this. I like Caleb Williams. I do. I like Caleb Williams. And I think he's going to be good. I think Caleb is going to be good. I think the Bears are going to be good. My only problem with the Bears is when it gets cold, will you still be good? I think the Bears actually going to start off pretty good. I think while the weather is warm, I think they're going to be good. But my problem with the Bears is when November comes around and December comes around, you got a quarterback from USC and you got 3 wide receivers with no running back in the mid-offensive line. When it gets cold in Chicago, are you going to be able to succeed with a passing game that looks like it's supposed to be played on turf in a dome somewhere? So my concern with the Bears is, what are you going to do long term during this season? Not necessarily how you're going to open the season. I think Caleb Williams and the Bears might start off hot. I think they're going to win a couple games in September, October. My problem with the Bears is when it gets cold, are you going to be able to play your style of football? I don't know, like even Buffalo, it wants to run the ball and use the weather to its advantage. Even the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen have realized that trying to be a pass-first team in a cold weather city don't work. Now, here's the thing. I know what y'all thinking. What about the Eagles? What about teams like the Giants? Whatever, right? The difference is this. It don't get that damn cold in Philly. All right? It don't get that damn cold in the regular side of New York. Buffalo, it get cold as fuck. Chicago, it get cold as fuck. Okay? That's different. And I know what you think of. What about Aaron Rodgers? That nigga not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre were Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. Green Bay is the exception to the rule as far as cold cities with a passing game. They're the exception. The Patriots ran the ball. Tom Brady wasn't airing it out like that. They ran the ball. All right, so I'm just thinking to myself, when it comes to the Caleb Williams things, and I see a Doomsday, I see DJ Moore, I see Keenan Allen. All right, I'm just saying, y'all are built like a dome team, but you play in Chicago where it's windy, wet, and snowy. Niggas ain't throwing the ball 40 times a game in November, December in Chicago. That's all I'm saying. Instead of drafting a Roma Doomsday, you probably should have tried to get an offensive lineman, get you a big-ass pounding, bruising running back, and have some balance to the offense. But I just don't understand how this is going to work when it gets cold. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I'm bugging. Somebody in the comment section for Chicago, let me know if I'm bugging. But y'all niggas is built like a dome team, but you don't play in a dome. You feel me? But I think Caleb is going to be fine, fellas. I think that the Bears should win 6 or 7 games. I think Caleb would be competitive enough to keep it interesting, but I'm not sure if the Bears are a good team. And I'm not sure how their style of play is going to translate when they get cold. You do have a USC quarterback getting ready to play in 10-degree weather with snow all around him. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, drop FUs in the comments if you rockin' with me, and stay vicious. Dismissed.